I'm not in that mindset. I'm interested in reviewing this tape and looking at the totality of it and figuring out how we collectively get better. So the answer to that question is definitively no.
Yes, the answer is definitively no. Now, I do have a question, though, that rises to the surface when you hear that. Why does he have to look at the tape for something like that? He says, I need to look at the tape. And it's just, it doesn't seem to line up with some other decisions that he makes, you know? He's able to make some decisions very quickly. This one he has to say, well, wait, I need to look at the tape and diagnose everything. That's odd to me. But more so, the deeper issue with all of this is here. If there, and I don't know, I can be torn and pulled either way with Mitch Trubisky, with Kenny Pickett. But no matter what side are you on, I think this is undeniable. If there was ever a time for a personnel overhaul, it's now. You have 10 days, you host the Jets at home, and the season, even though you're just 1-2, it's starting or could start to slide away. You could easily be 2-6 or 1-7 after the bye. If there ever was a time, and I'll sort of construct my argument as we go through the show today because I don't know what side I fall on, Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett. But to be so dismissive of it that quick and make a decision and say, no, it's definitely happening, I think that's short-sighted to do it right after a game.
No, I think that just shows his faith in Mitch and shows his lack of faith in maybe the play caller, maybe Matt Canada, and that's why he needs to watch the film. That's why he needs to look at the actual details of the flow of the game. I mean, when you're a head coach, there's so many things going on, and I'm not making excuses for Mike Tomlin. I'm really not right now. But there's a lot of things going on within the game that you don't see the details and the fine print of the offense. And, he's more of a defensive guy, so he's probably more locked in on the defensive side. But with the offensive side, you don't look at the fine, print within the flow of the game. That's whenever you have to sit back and really diagnose in detail what you see on film. And I think that might be what he's getting at. And, I think it's really pointing at Matt Canada.
Yeah, I just think when you look the way this team has looked for much of the first three games, really – 5 halves out of the 6 that they've played of football, it's very easy to look at it, even if you haven't looked at tape, and say, that's not getting it done. That offense is not getting it done. And whether it's the coordinator that you come back to, whether it's the quarterback that you come back to, even though Mitch Trubisky had a couple nice throws last night, whatever you come back to the fact that this team with that offense isn't going to win more than 2 games before the bye. And if that's the case, what the hell do you have to lose by going to the rookie first-round draft pick quarterback?
I don't know if you go to Kenny Pickett, but I do think you seriously investigate Matt Canada's job here. And it is hypocritical for Mike Tomlin to say, I need to look at the tape, I've got to really diagnose it, but nobody's losing their job. What if the tape yields that there's a dereliction of duty from the offensive coordinator? How are you so steadfast saying no one's going to lose their job? I need to look at the tape. What if the tape is awful and shows you that Matt Canada is terrible? Again, I don't know if they need to go to a different quarterback, but I do know we talked about this yesterday, and we're seeing it play out right now. Somebody needs to save Mike Tomlin from Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has given all this power, has all this power. What more does he need to see to know that Matt Canada ain't the guy?
Or that you're going to make any kind of change. Again, to your point, Colin, I don't know. Let's say you do go back and watch the tape, like you said, and you see that this guy isn't getting it done or that guy isn't getting it done. I don't care who it is, from Matt Canada all the way down to name a guy on the offensive side of the football. If you look at that tape and then say, well, that's not what we want, and I can't imagine there's a lot of guys on that offense right now that you're looking at and saying, that's exactly what I want, then why wouldn't you make the change now?